screen. Yeah, so yesterday we are discussing about templates, test cases, data sources, all these things. So today let us continue the same topic. So yesterday we created a template for the user login validations. So now today let us see how do we give the data source for this. Data source is nothing but where we can take the test data. So what are the things that need test data in this template? Let me expand it and show you. So do we need to pass any test data to this step?
No, Ramya.
Yes. Who will give
Oh,
you
sorry. Yeah.
It's a URL.
Yeah.
right? Yeah, the same way. Look at this one. You need to pass all this test data. And for this one, validate user login. No need. There is no need of test data in this because we don't have any business parameters. Here, yes, we need it. Here, no need. Here, no need. So some things, some places we need test data. So let us create a test sheet in the demo webshop section. So first let me check out this section. So this is the folder that we created, and in this folder, if you right click, you can create a test sheet. And I'm naming this test sheet as login. Okay. Usually, test sheet contains attributes and instances in it. What are attributes is, for suppose, you have a field called email. So email is an attribute. And the value that you pass in the email, like ramya.tosca or something.tosca, whatever be it is, all those values are nothing but the instances for the email attribute. So now let us see how do we create attributes as well as instances in the test case design section under the test sheet. So right click on your test sheet and you can see a red color icon, right? This is nothing but create attribute icon. So you can click on it and you can name your attribute as per your need. Okay. And if you right click on your attribute again, you can see a eye sort of an icon, right? This is nothing but create instance. You can create the instances that are required. One of the most commonly asked interview question is, what is attribute and what is instance? What is the difference between these two? Attribute is nothing but that particular parameter name. Okay, it can be any name. But instance is the particular value that we are passing. Okay. Now, here, if you see this scenario, what are the attributes that are needed for us as for this particular template? You need URL, email, password, all these. These are the test data for which you require values, right? That particular test data cells are called as attributes, and the values that we pass to them are called as the instances. So there are three ways to create attributes. One way is right clicking and clicking on this. The other way is just drag them from the reusable test step blocks. The business parameters you have, right? You can directly drag them and drop them here. The third way is, if you have any module or if you have any particular attribute in them, I'll show you. I'm first dragging a module and dropping it here, and next I'm dragging an attribute inside the module and dropping it here. So anyways you can do it. One way is to manually create. Our second way is to drag and drop the business parameters. Third way is to drag and drop either the modules or the attributes inside the modules. And if you observe, there is one small difference. Whenever I am dragging and dropping the module, all the attributes are getting created over here. And all these attributes also have the instances created directly. I did not create any instance. They came up automatically from. Okay. But for these attributes, you will not have the instances directly created. So what is that actually making the difference is these attributes here have something called value range. See, click, right click. So based upon this value range, the instances will be created. If you have something in the value range in the module attribute, only then the instances will be created. Okay, so depending upon your need, if possible, drag and drop attributes from the modules or not. If not, then you can drag and drop the particular business parameters. Okay, so now I am deleting these. Okay, so before we start creating the attributes to the login test sheet, let us see the attribute structure. In test cases, we saw the folder structure within the test steps. In the same way, we have attribute structure here. The first one is the administration. The second one is the precondition. The third one is the workflow. Fourth one is the validation. Fifth one is the post condition. Only one thing comes in additional, that is administration. We have administration, precondition, workflow, validation and post condition. So what is the how do we differ these things? So here in the test sheets we have properties for the attributes. Those properties will help us to find the difference among the different folders and all. The first one is the administration. There is a property called business relevant. This is nothing but is this property really a is this attribute really a business relevant one? There are three options. If it is a business relevant, that means it has importance in the test case very much, then please choose it as yes. If it is not so business relevant, choose it as no. If there is something related to the verification parts or validation parts, please choose it as result. All these three options are present here. Now, if I see administration, what would be the business relevance for it? We will not have some important things in the administration, right? So
Yes,
we
ma'am.
will choose it as no. But coming to precondition, yes, we use it as part of our normal test case and all. So obviously it is a business relevant one. Workflow, yes. Validation, it is nothing but result. Okay. And post condition, again it is a business relevant one. So this is how you maintain the attribute structure here. Is this clear? Any questions? Any doubts still here?
Ramya, can you please repeat regarding administration once?
Administration is something which we don't use in the normal test cases and all, right? Means it doesn't have anything important to deal with the actual process of the test case. Hmm.
Other than this, what is the use of this
Yeah,
administration?
no, actually, you will get to know Why is this business relevant useful? Not now, like might be in tomorrow's or day after tomorrow's class.
Okay.
Okay, just bear with me. These
Yeah.
things are like interconnected. The way, whatever business relevant thing you select, right? Again, in some other topic, it comes up. Then you will
Okay.
get to know. Okay. And one way to change this is either you can change it from here. The other way is you can change your business relevance from here. Toggle business relevance. Shortcut is Control F7. Okay. So now let us distribute our data like the ones that we need. So the first one that we need is URL. So drag this business parameter and drop it onto the precondition because this comes from precondition. And the next one is first let's create the instance for this URL. So what is the URL that we need to pass the value as? demowebshop.tricentis.com. So let me copy this URL, right click on this attribute and then create an instance for it and paste the value here. Okay, so this is what I have done. The next one is I'm done with my precondition here. Workflow folder is what I have gone to, and then I have these many attributes. So select them. Select these business parameters, drag and drop them in the workflow. And now here, let us start creating the instances for them. What are the different email IDs that you need to pass? One is the valid email ID, that is ramya.496, some valid email ID which has already signed up for the demo webshop page. So I am passing this one. The another one is the invalid email ID that we are using. So type some random invalid email ID. The same way for the password also, you have valid password and invalid password. So valid password is tested 123. Another invalid password is some random one. Okay. And next, I don't want to use this remember me. If needed, you can right click, create an instance and say like click, click. You can copy these instances as well. Copy it and say this. These are the possible things that we can do, right? Click and all. So I'm just copying them. Okay. And next, we are done with this part. In the validation part, we have three business parameters. So select those three, drag them and drop them onto this validation. And what is the instance that you need for all of them is either true or false because we already selected whether they are visible or not. So all we need to pass is either true or false. So create those two instances. Right click, instance, one is true and right click, instance, false. So now copy this and paste it for the other attributes also. The last one that we have is, now we are done with this. So go back to your template once again. And now you need not pass any data for logout. You need not pass any data for the close. So now we created the attributes and the instances for which data is needed. The next important thing that you need to do is create the combinations of this data. Because last time we created all these combinations. These are the test cases that we need, right? Valid email, valid password, invalid email, valid password. So how do we create all these combinations of the data now? Those are created as part of the test sheet instances. Your test sheet will also have instances in it. If you right click on your test sheet, there is an instance icon. If you click on it, you can see valid email, valid password. Okay, and I'm just copying this instance, pasting it here, and the next one would be invalid email with valid password. Okay, and the next one would be valid email with invalid password, and the next one would be both are invalid. Okay, and next one is empty email with valid password. Valid email with empty password.
Ramya, in workflow attributes already you gave, right? Valid and invalid. Why we are creating the log under login sheet the instances? I didn't get this
Don't get
point.
confused. Here we said that these are the possible values that we can pass for this attribute. We did not create the combinations.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you. Just wait for one moment. Now I created instances for the sheet also. So now after creating the instances for the sheet, if you click on this sheet, this is something which looks like this. And now here you will choose the combinations of the email and passwords here. So what is the email that you have to pass? What is the password that you have to pass? Is what you will choose over here. Now did you understand? For suppose valid email with valid password. Invalid email with valid password. Something like this.
Ramya, in workflow we have given the values here, right? Instead of that, is there any possibility of giving the values at the runtime?
You need to pass it in this way only.
Okay, in Tosca we cannot pass to runtime.
No, no.
Okay.
If you say during runtime values, then you will have the dynamic functions like date, times, random values. These
Okay.
fall under that category.
Okay.
Yeah. And now did you understand why I am creating instances for the test sheet? Yes, no.
Yes, Ramya, sort of.
Remaining people?
Yes, Ramya, we understood it.
Raghu?
Yes, Ramya.
Okay. So creating instances for your test sheet will help you to get the combinations of the attributes. Attribute instances are nothing but these are different values that you have, but among those, this is the one that I choose is what you can say. Okay. So the next step is to fill this particular test sheet completely. So let's go one by one. The first one is the URL. What is the URL that you have to choose among all these test cases? The same, right? Demo web shop URL. So either you can click on this and choose it over here, or else here, see, there is an option, fill empty values. Click on this, say specific value. This is the value you want to fill, right? So just say OK. Automatically all these instances are filled with the value of the URL. The next one is the email ID. Here you need to pass valid email, invalid email, again the valid email, again the invalid email. Whenever it is empty, just leave it blank. Don't pass any value. Automatically it will be an empty one if you don't pass any value. Again valid email and again empty. So leave it blank. And in the same way here, now it is invalid and invalid once again, and then valid, and then this is empty, this is also empty. I don't want to click on remember me, I just want to click on this login. So the same, fill empty values of login with specific value, that is click. So just mention that. And then
Ramya, here instead of click, can you use that X?
yes, you can. If you want to use X, you can either change this instance name, automatically it will be updated here, or else you can create some another instance with X also. It's totally up to you. Okay. The next one is the errors. Will we get any error for the success one? No. Will we get any error for this invalid one? Yes. So if you see, all these have the login was unsuccessful error commonly. So for all those instances, I can fill it as true. True, true. Okay. And the next one is credentials provided are incorrect. This one has the no customer account found. So pass it as true. And this one has the credentials provided are incorrect. And this one has no customer account found. No customer account found. And then the credentials provided are incorrect. And again, no customer account found. So depending upon the errors that you see here, see, no customer credential provided, no customer credentials, and again no customer. So I have chosen true randomly. Okay. And we are almost done with this. For this, you don't have any errors. So is it clear till here? Any questions, any doubts? Did you understand how do we create test sheets, attributes and instances?
Yes, Ramya, I got it. But once I will practice, then I will have
Yeah.
a couple of
So I will stop it
doubts.
here today. Okay. Tomorrow we will discuss about conditions. Okay. And we will map our test sheet with the template that we have created tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? Any doubts that you have?
Ramya,
Ramya,
Yes.
you have said that we can also data source by using Excel sheets and everything, right?
Yeah. Post this session, we will discuss about Excel as well.
Okay, okay, Ramya, thank you.
Any other
Ramya,
question?
in real time also first we need Ramya, in real time also first we need to create the instance for combination. Then we go for attribute this folder structure? How can we do in real
First,
time?
we will create a folder structure, Raghu. Under that folder structure, we will create
Mhm.
the attributes that are needed, and we will create the instances, and then we will create the test sheet instances.
Okay, Ramya. Got it.
Yeah. The same way as we do in the class is what we follow during the real time also.
Okay.
Any other questions? Please do practice this. This topic is bit complex and it takes some time to understand also. You need to practice a lot in order to get used to this. Okay?
Sure, Ramya.
Yeah. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thanks, Ravi.